In this video, I'm going to show you how to cut a Hami melon. I'm going to break down the exact techniques that I use so that you can have melons ready to go for your kids whenever they're hungry. Once you know how to cut one melon, you know how to cut all the melons. Because every parent needs to know how to cut a melon. First thing, always wash the outside of your melons. They can harbor bacteria, especially melons like this one that have grooves. We don't want to transfer any bacteria to our cutting board, so just remember to always wash your melons. You're gonna need a knife. I choose you. With the melons, you always want to cut off one side first, and then we cut the other side off. This is because we want to be able to stand the melon upright. So that way we can easily cut it in half, just like this. Ooh yeah, expose the inside. Oh. Next, you want to scoop out all the seeds. We have our melon right here. If your knife is dull, it's actually easier to cut with the flesh side up. If you're really confident with your knife, you can do it flesh side down. I will do a flesh side down first, and then I will do a flesh side up afterwards. So first thing, lengthwise, you cut it straight in half like this. All right, so now we got quarters. We want to keep them together, and I'm gonna do 1, 2, 1, 2. So this is 1/3, right? So this is a third, but you keep it together so it doesn't fall. This is another 1/3. And because I am right-handed, I'm gonna turn the melon around so I still cut with my right hand. We keep this side intact so this doesn't fall over when you cut. So this is 1/3 at an angle, and then this is 1/3. Okay, so now what we're left with is 6 pieces. From my experience of being a father, this is the optimal size for my kids to eat. This is the next move. You're gonna take your knife. You see how it's green here? This is a very, very good indicator of where you should cut it. So we're gonna take this knife and I'm gonna hold the melon like this. I'm gonna like tilt it upwards, and the goal is to try to keep my knife parallel to the cutting board. That is the goal. And we're going to cut the orange bit off, just like this. And when I get close to my fingers, I'm gonna try to let go and grab the other side and do that. Okay, so now we have a rind, keep that to the side, and now we have a melon. And you can cut this to whatever size you want, but this is the optimal size for my son to eat. And then we can go ahead and put that in our container. Almost like a seesaw type of thing. I'm gonna take my knife and I'm gonna start cutting at that green line. My knife is parallel to the cutting board, and I'm just gonna cut along just like this. When I get close to my fingers like this, I'm gonna grab the other side and I'm gonna pull this way. I'm gonna pull upwards so it like rolls this way. I'm gonna roll this way. See that? Okay, and I'm gonna keep these because I can cut them all at the same time. So we'll do that. So we got our rinds here, and my compost is small. You can just take all the rinds and it makes it smaller, and now this is all garbage. At this point, you want to tip them over so they're flat on this side. They're like this. So that way when you cut, they're stable and they don't move. We're gonna take our knife and we're gonna point the knife downward and we're gonna drag the knife down like this. I call this the dragon slide. This is the knife technique where it keeps stuff on the cutting board as you cut. It's a lot safer. And all of these are now in pieces. I have a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old. When it comes time to serve, I'll put like one pile over here for my 4-year-old, and I'll put another pile over here, and I'll take a pair of scissors and I'll like cut these ones in half to order. So we got this. Oh yeah. If your knife is on the duller side, then you can cut with the flesh up. The only caveat is that this is now wobbly, so it's kind of dangerous, but you'll at least cut it through. Like this. Open-ended, not quite in the middle, but on the side. That's 1 slice, right? 2 slice, same thing. You're basically cutting it 1/3, 1/3, just like that. Push these to the side, grab one end, seesaw, take your knife parallel to the cutting board, tilt it upwards, and just cut along that rind, just like that. Oh yeah. Like I said before, space in your waist, you can cut through all the rinds. All right, and now we have all the rinds. We have our nicely cut wedges. We'll turn them to the side like this. Remember, dragon slide. The tip facing down and it drags along, so that way all the food actually stays on the cutting board and it doesn't ride up your knife when you're cutting it. right? Just like this. I'm basically holding this piece because as I drag this way, it's gonna make the food slide this way. So I'm just putting my hand basically just on the back piece. So that way it doesn't move. But you gotta watch your fingers, you know what I'm saying? You gotta do the claw. And booyah! Melon pieces. And that's pretty much how you cut a melon. Throw this in here, clean your cutting board, and there we go. And that is how you cut a Hami melon. And it is delicious. I'm gonna be making more of these cutting videos. I'm gonna be making more cooking videos from the perspective of a parent. So if you like this video, please subscribe and like it because that directly supports me and it supports my family and it supports my work. And it would be greatly appreciated. Okay, bye.